Good morning. I'll try to show you guys. There's steam coming off the mulch pile we got delivered. And sunrise over the valley looks gorgeous. Got Gary, Miss Gary, she named her, hanging out one of her babies. Got a lot to do and it's been so hot the last 3 weeks. We're gonna be up to mid-90s Fahrenheit again today. So out here early this morning, try to beat some of the heat. Got the mill going this late yesterday afternoon, so I'll be posting a separate video for that. Some of the tractor work we've been doing. The Birdies beds are doing great. It's really hard to keep them watered enough right now. I'm really trying. We are in a drought, and so that makes it rather hard. I'm having to pick my tomatoes at about 50% ripe in order to avoid all of the chipmunks. Speak of the devil. What are you doing, buddy? He just jumped in another bed. There we go. Yeah, they have been coming in and eating a bunch of tomatoes, and he'll continue to yell at me if I don't keep on walking towards him. So they've been coming and eating and making a mess of a bunch of the tomatoes, eating, a couple bites out of as many as they can, basically. Even with that, I've been harvesting somewhere between 5 and 15 pounds a day, mostly out of these beds. We had a little bit of break in the heat, which helped the tomatoes start ripen a little bit better. And so all these Rutgers and Big Beef finally came out and started really going to town and ripening really fast. So last night I picked 15 pounds and brought them into the counter for safety. The alyssum has done really well. I've harvested a ton of the onions already out of the center. I'm a little bit disappointed. I think my design next year will be a little different on the onions to get them more sun and better watering. The onions in those beds and these beds are just a lot smaller than I want them to be. These ones are still growing well though, so there's still time. The San Marzano paste, we have roasted. We made 6 pounds of roasted tomatoes and canned them into about 4 quarts, or 4 pints, sorry. So did that, and I have about 2 to 3 quarts full of the 2 ounces right now. I need to pick some hot peppers. Those are serranos. I don't think any of our jalapenos have gone red yet. Looks like a couple fell off. Pepperoncinis, I've picked a bunch. I need to pickle those. Sweet potatoes are doing really well, so I'm happy with that bed. Got our guajillos. Are finally getting some color. And the monster poblanos are still growing and not turning yet. So we have been picking a lot of poblanos off. I'm excited. Our snapdragons finally open. I'm going to make some bouquets this morning. I think they're gorgeous. Kind of fun having them right here. The ones in the cut flower bed didn't do very well. The ones in the whiskey bed have done amazing. And potatoes, still trying to hope that a few more potatoes will come up on this bed. I'm not seeing it though, so we'll see. So I'm probably gonna come and see this weekend. More sweet potatoes, and some more potatoes are coming up in this bed finally. Got this corner up here, so I won't actually be adding anything further to this bed because it will get full even with this gap in the center. Not worth it. Over here are sweet peppers. The orange picnics are the sweetest peppers we've ever had. And then I've got more snapdragons. Over here, we've got our sweet bells. That one has some markings on it, but these are doing really well, and I do need to come back and pick more. Last weekend we picked 9 pounds. I probably could pick another 9 pounds this weekend pretty easily. And we do have some that are turning red somewhere in here. Here you go. So, bells are doing great. Over here, I've got the Ancho Giganteum or something it's called. It looks like it has a pucker spot, so I'm gonna pick this today. But those are massive. Cayennes, I need to come back and pick again. This is the Brassica bed. It's got beets, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, and radishes on the end there. This is the smallest, well, besides the extra corner pieces that we don't have installed right now, this is the smallest Birdies bed we have. But in here you can actually see the little baby Brussels forming. And over here, we have our first broccoli. This one is from our friend Morgan during a plant swap. We've got watermelon coming down the side here. I'm really hoping to get some watermelon. I've got some more in the field garden that's doing pretty well. So you can see the watermelon growing up the tunnel also. We've got beans. I need to come and cut some status this morning. I need to pull the stalk here so I can plant some more fall crop here. We've got 3 to 4 types of beans growing, which is fun. Celery's finally taking off here. The tunnels makes it really easy to pick beans. My parents were visiting this weekend and my mom was definitely enjoying being able to just come in here and grab them. As you can see, they hang right down. This is another one of the flat types that we are growing. It's more of the oak tree that fell across our driveway. We still have a little left to pick up, but... And then over here, kind of the fun tomato wall is doing really well. I'm picking a ton every day over here. We've got Valentine cherries, the bumblebees, which are kind of, I don't know if there's any real ripe ones. They're kind of a cool coloring. Can't really tell in this lighting, but they're a little streaky, which is nice. And then I've got more Valentine, which is a grape. The 2-ounce clementine. This is the Hillbilly Tom. Picked a few of those. This is, oh, the mushroom baskets. The Torahina cherry. This is the black strawberry from Baker Creek. And I think this one is Rose to Burn, which I don't have any ripe yet. This is the slowest one to ripen. In the front here, I harvested a bunch more of the onions, just like from the other beds. So overall, about 20 pounds of onions last night. And I'm drying a lot of those. Actually, I think I harvested another 8 pounds because we made a lot of tomato sauce yesterday. So, made 60 pounds worth of tomato sauce, and I did a veggie basket for a friend. So overall, yeah, probably 28 pounds of tomatoes, of onions picked yesterday. And kind of looking for, it looks like this one fell too, kind of this neck broken or folded over. It's when to pick it. And so I'll probably come back in here and pick the rest of these onions, or most of the rest of these onions, pretty soon. And this, I think, is going to become an entire carrot bed. So we'll be adding fertilizer and adding some more compost to the top of this bed before I plant those seeds. And carrots will be good for a couple of reasons. They'll add a lot of nitrogen back to the soil. They'll loosen the soil up by growing down into it. And they also can handle kind of how the onions will have left the soil, but I'll still add that fertilizer and more compost to fill this bed back up. The nice thing about the tomatoes is I can kind of just fill up to where I need to, and they'll continue to grow roots. If we lose some of the flowers at that point and they don't like that, it's not a big deal. We're already, unfortunately, I don't even want to say it, getting towards the end of the season.